Good morning. Resonant 24 on the Galactic Dreamspell calendar is the date. February 2nd, 2026 is the date on the Gregorian calendar. Short video. Whew. So much discomfort. Massive transition on every level in multiple dimensions. If I think of it as a metaphor and I am a snake shedding my skin, or since a snake is on the ground, let's think of it just as I've got a suit on and I'm stepping out of this full body suit as the metaphor for the transition. And when I'm fully out of the suit, I'm fully transitioned. I perceive myself to only be about neck down. Like I've got a ways to go. I've got a ways to go. And I am struggling with I'm struggling because this process is requiring a magnitude of surrendering that's unprecedented, a magnitude of trust that's unprecedented, a magnitude of comfort with the unknown that is unprecedented. And I am thrown into old discomfort as it pertains to criticizing and judging of myself physically, because I would say that this transition hit huge on Saturday, September 27th. That's when that is the exact date. And I can even tell you the exact time. I got up at 6 a.m. that morning and I was sick and I was at a gig, and I would learn 30 minutes later that heart attack guy's father had passed. And I would proceed to have four of the most miserable days that I've ever had to push through at an event. And what has taken place since then, so what is that? October, November, December, 4 months. 4 months. And I'm only neck down. And I'm seeing it in myself physically. And I'm challenged because I spent from age 15 to 35 approximately loathing myself physically, loathing my body, loathing myself. And really only learned how to begin to have self-love in my late 30s. And it's been a journey. And so it doesn't feel good to be, I haven't been flirting with this range of self-criticism of myself physically in quite a few years. And I just feel like I just know I can tell by my face alone what the past 4 months have been. Now, I am not accepting that. I'm just not buying into, well, you're this age now, so get used to it. This is how you're going to look. Get used to it. You're going to look worse and worse from here on out. You're going to just slowly decay. I'm not signing up for that program. I'm not. Does that mean I'm resisting aging? No. That means that I am remembering myself as consciousness and this body as a vessel. And I am learning and have been practicing and training consciously now for over 13 years how to better co-create with that awareness, with that consciousness, and understanding that my reality, including my physical vessel, it's very malleable. The more we understand that the spirit that imbues this body is raw consciousness, is the essence of God. And I believe that as we evolve right now with the ascension process taking place on the earth, I do think a new human is emerging. And so, and I've gotten very practiced at having beliefs that I'm not attached to. If I have a belief, I'm able to examine it from multiple perspectives. And I have also practiced getting myself like in the center point. So if I hold the belief of something, rest assured I've tried it on not having the belief. And I don't have judgment of either one, but I go with what resonates, what feels right until it doesn't. Until it doesn't. And what I'm not attached to, listen, if I'm going to end up aging just like everybody else before me in this linear lifetime has, hey, man, it's going to happen. Like I'm not like consciously trying to battle that. I'm trying to feed a possibility. I'm trying to give attention through my belief and thoughts to the possibility that we can reverse age, that we can focus our consciousness in such a way to heal our bodies, to heal my rotator cuff, to address the dark circles under my eyes. I'm not as self-conscious about the wrinkles. Maybe I should be. I'm self-conscious about what's going on down here. I'm really self-conscious lately about what's going on in my eyes. And I got a black eye somehow in Daytona when I was working Clash Daytona, first week of December. First night I go to the hotel room and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even remember. I don't even know how I got the black eye to this day. No idea. And the discoloration has lingered. And listen, I have a horrible history of picking, and I picked a lot on my face when I was younger, a lot. And, still up until pretty recently. And I did not pick like what the black eye and like I did not pick it. So I now I refuse. There's no way I'm going to believe that this is permanent. I'm not going to believe any of this is permanent. If it is, it is. But working through that process as I am right now to be okay with if this is how I look and it's going to get worse from the rest of my years, well, then I got to be okay with that. And I have to remember that this meat suit is not who I am. However, I also know that our bodies radiate on the outside what's going on the inside. And I'm still releasing deep toxicity. Now, is it all heart attack guy? Is it all? No, of course it's not all. It's bringing to the surface, once again, some core wounds of my own and some shadowy stuff. The wounds aren't healed. The shadowy stuff hasn't been addressed. And it's just a very, very powerful time of putting the mirror up and doing the work. And it is simultaneously being done as I feel every bit of every aspect of it, from every aspect of it, while I'm launching and experiencing unprecedented, insanely awesome things with my business partner and with what we're creating. And what he and I are creating, co-creating, is in no small way the first physical manifestation of the vision I've had since I was 7, and of the vision I consciously set out to manifest when I launched my company of me on November 30th, 2012. This and what we're doing is the first, without a doubt, because the vision was a version of reality that honored the greater truths of abundance, love, and cooperation, being at least a possibility to counter a world based on lack, fear, and competition. Okay? Arguably, love is all that there is, and everything else is just not. But let's just, for argument's sake, say there's a different option for a different version of reality, opposite from this insanity that is collapsing around us. One based in love, abundance, and cooperation. And by virtue of that, it meant that everything needed to be recreated from those energetic foundations. Everything, every system, everything. But it has to begin by individuals doing it first, and then the external collective follows. When enough individuals do the work, heal, remember they came here with great purpose, develop the connection with Source, God, Spirit, the cosmos, the universe, begin to co-create with it, find others doing the same with love, abundance, and cooperation as the various stars guiding us. What I'm doing with my business partner is a manifestation of the vision. So I know I'm on the right path. I know without doubt that I am supported with the insane way that all of this is playing out. But I still have to traverse the journey through this meat suit, through this personality as Alyson. And whoa. And as much as I just want to stay in my house, like I wish it's so much easier. I can keep myself entertained for very long periods of time with very few people, because when you connect this deeply with people, you only need a handful of people to, like, there is so much richness in the depth and height and breadths of life from this new higher dimension. And I've lived this way my whole life, but it's been too much for almost everybody, which is fine, because I finally got to the spot where it's not too much for me. It becomes hard when I have to go out into the world where very few people understand or see this, that they don't see all, they see just a little part of me. And then you end up having to for the comfort and ease of existing in that reality, to varying degrees. Now, with my business partner, with my guys, like I'm able to be a lot more of my bigger self, even though they don't really see and get who I really am, and that's okay. But like going to the gym, and now going to the gym after what Heart Attack Guy did to me, and then tried to do to me in getting me kicked out of my own gym for absolutely nothing. I just am really when I go there, oh my God, it's a testing ground for me. It's a training ground for me to really stay focused on the reasons I'm there, which is health, well-being, community, in that order. My own health and well-being through the stretching, through the cardio, through the strength training, through the steam and sauna. Health and well-being for myself, dot period, number one. But increasingly, the next reason is getting almost to equal priority. It's going to be a minute before it gets there, is for community. And I want to start bringing some services of mine to that facility in an effort to build greater community than already exists. Because again, what exists there is humbly childlike, limiting, and surface level. And we have enough of childlike, limiting, surface level energies swirling in the world. We need mature adult. We need loving, deep. We need depth. And what did I say? I said childlike, surface level. What was the third one I said? Childlike, surface level, limiting. We need adult, expansive potentiality, imagination, creativity to counter the limitations. And we need depth. We need depth and height and breadth as opposed to just surface. And man, I've been training this whole life to bring that to the table. But I need to get over myself, my vanity, my ego, my own crap, because like it's a weird thing to only be beginning to come into who I really am, and to only be beginning to come into what I'm really here to do at 50 years old. To still yearn, which is why and how I got so caught up with Heart Attack Guy, for just one deep, real interaction with a man. And I'm not talking sex per se. I'm not talking sex. I'm talking a soul level, respectful, intimate. So I am talking because I do have some fantastic men in my life, and I have that have seen, they tend to be older. They tend to be like in their 70s, honestly. So then that usually comes with a whole different set of energy that I have to navigate. I'm talking about, I do want something physical, physically intimate. I want to experience feeling safe, seen, and safe, and truly valued, and truly appreciated, and truly cared for. I want to feel that. I want to experience that with a man in this lifetime. And it very well may be one experience like that. May very well be the last remaining thing that I could die after that. Like, yeah, you know, falling in love for the first time with an older married guy and having my first experience of deep, deep, deep soul connection, my first and only experience of deep soul connecting love with a man in that circumstance. I know it wasn't accidental. I know our souls chose it. I know in a lot of ways it gave me the standard I needed, but it has been a very challenging thing to draw in personally and close that this wound of not on some level believing I deserve it. So anyway, I don't think any parts of this will be for anybody but me. As like I said, try to be honest and vulnerable with myself about my own criticisms and judgments of my meat suit right now. And I'm trying to hit that head on and not care. And as a middle-aged woman, that is certainly can be hard. And so we're hitting it on, and we're going to try to bring it to the surface. And I do believe that in a matter of a couple more months, I know that this will change. I know I will get through, and I know I will shed my skin beyond my neck, and we'll keep stepping into the unknown and the emptiness with trust and surrender and belief and knowingness that anything is possible and that everything we imagine is real. Have a great day.